Hello friend, welcome to Market Analysis channel. Today I will be doing analysis on Radiant. Radiant has been in upward trend ever since it was introduced, and it has been making traders lots of money. In fact, as I'm talking to you now, it's also preparing to continue another rally, which is an advantage for traders who have Radiant on their watch list. My analysis will start from the present moment. I'll walk you to the big picture, and I'll also show you the target for Radiant. Let me go into this analysis in detail. I will be starting my analysis from the uptrend resumes area where it's joined with the resistance zone. That's the red line. Why I'll be starting my analysis there? Because that was the highest point Radiant reached, which happens to be its resistance zone before the sellers come in on this bar. You can see the volume very huge. They took down Radiant towards the 21-day moving average, above the 50-day moving average. The price traded sideways a little bit around this level, and it finally broke through the 50-day average line, which is a sad news for the buyers because they are breaking their levels, and with that, price of Radiant drop. When it dropped to this extent, that happens to be its previous support zone around this particular zone. Then these buyers come in with full force. They had no volume, but they push in a little. They bring in an upward close bar, and that stopped the downward pressure on Radiant. The price now traded sideways a little around underneath the 21-day exponential moving average, and it's now retesting the support zone again. While it's retesting the support zone, for the buyers to finally gain control of this price, they have to be an upward close bar, and the volume needs to be above average, which confirms that the strength is in full force. But when you look at all these sideways bar, you can see all the volumes are below the average volumes. That's very fine. That shows there is no more anyone selling at the support zone. Yes, and immediately there is a volume for buyers. The price will pick up and it will start heading up, which will resume its rally. So for us to have an entry, we'll need an upward close bar and a volume above average on this support zone, which will validate our entry price. And then we will wait for it to rise towards its resistance zone at this level. If that's 0.5000, and if Radiant finally break through this price, we will know that the uptrend has resumed and our focus will now be on target zone. Let me zoom out and let's see what has happened since the inception of Radiant. When you look at this chart from the left side, you will see that immediately Radiant was introduced, the bull market started, and immediately it has a very strong rally. You can see all the skyscraper blue volume, and it sent Radiant from in this bottom to as high as 0.1. When it got to 0.1, the sellers came in a little bit, they pushed it downward, and the correction lasted at 0.2. Very short-lived correction. Then at 0.2, the buyer strengthen up, they push Radiant again from 0.2 and it rise up to 0.3. And when it gets to 0.3, it came down back to 0.4 to take some breath and rest, and from there it established a sideways in between that range. This 0.4 is the support zone, which is still valid up to this extent, and 0.3 is the resistance zone, which is still valid up to this extent. So the price is now in between 0.3 and 0.4. It has now been battling in between, and once it bounces off from this support and it finally rises to 0.3 above here and finally break it, the uptrend will resume. But when you look at the big picture, you can see that the upward trend is intact and the rally is progressing. It's just having some break and is resting for now, trying to digest its gain, and it will establish the next upward rally. So our projection is the distance from the last leg rally, which is from 0.2 to 0.3, and that's about 231% increase, which we use to project our next target zone. And our next target zone is around 1.6500, which is the projection of that 231% from this 0.3 upward. If this analysis really guide you and assist you in your trading, subscribe to the channel. I'll be posting more analysis on target zone and entry price. And if you have any question or you have an opinion, like the video and post your question in the comments. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next analysis. Bye bye.